Welcome back to Your Wish Fulfilled. This is your magical podcast to dive into the feeling that you've already attained everything you want in your life and all is blessed right now. So why don't we start by taking a few beautiful breaths together. Just let yourself get nice and relaxed. And as you breathe out, just release any tension or worry that you've been carrying. Just open up to a space of possibility, opportunity. Imagine you could wave a magic wand, create anything you want. You're safe and relaxed. And just open your heart to what is it that you actually want to create in your life. What do you want to feel? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Just take a few moments to allow the visions and the feelings, the ideas to become manifest in your inner world. Just notice what comes up. What do you want? If you could create anything you want, what would it be? It's a very deep question. So much of what we think we want is actually from what we've seen other people have. I was just listening to some music, and as I was listening to it, I thought maybe I should make more music, right? Because I do make some music, but it's very random. It's not my main thing. But because I was seeing other people doing it, I thought, oh, I need more music in my life in that moment. And then I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm just being influenced. I can listen to someone else with their music. I don't have to just cancel everything and become a musician all of a sudden. So we often think we want things based on what we've experienced, based on what movies we've seen, what stuff on social media or whatever it is. And it's actually quite a fine art to really tune into what we really want. Now, before I get into any more in this podcast, I want to first of all apologize that I haven't been doing this as much as I wanted to. I want to shout out to Michelle and Melanie. You know who you are. I talked to you both recently-ish, and I said I would do more podcasts because you're like, what's going on with the podcast? And the truth is I've been super busy with so many projects. Good project. I'm very happy about what I've produced, actually. It's been quite remarkable. But I haven't had time for the podcast. And what I was thinking this morning, because right now the sun is coming up over the mountains here in Sedona. We have such beautiful views in all parts of the house, panoramic views. And in the far distance are these massive mountains. And in the morning, they look pink. There's like this beautiful pink light for about 20, 30 minutes. And they're just exceptional, far off in the distance. And it's Sunday morning, it's 7:45, and I was thinking that in ancient Greece, they believed that the purpose of work, ultimately, is to pursue what they called noble leisure. noble leisure. That we make money so that we can have our basic needs met. You have a house to live in and food and everything's taken care of. So that once that's taken care of, we can have noble leisure. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean, putting your feet up and drinking beer or wine, cheese and wine. It doesn't mean like high level indulgence. Noble leisure, from their point of view, meant pursuing high level things for its own sake. So philosophy or poetry or music or just discovering truth or thinking about what's important in life. High level creative pursuits that have no other reason other than you're curious, you're interested in higher states of being. You could call this self-actualization. If you've seen the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it goes from the basic needs like needing to eat and drink and go to the bathroom, like they're the main, like if you need to go to the bathroom, you have to go, right? You can't, nothing else counts at that time. And then you need to take care of your health, and you need to have relationships and safety, and then achievement, and there's all these different levels. And then at the top is self-realization or self-actualization. You could call that noble leisure, actually, where you're pursuing high-level things because you have the space to do that. The interesting thing is that in the modern society, we actually do oftentimes have space for those things, but what tends to happen is it gets swallowed up by these media companies, right? Apparently, the average adult spends 6 hours and 45 minutes per day on entertainment separate from their work on a screen. And the average Gen Z supposedly is 9 hours a day. So we can't say we haven't got any time for noble leisure. So this is what I was tuning into today. Today's Sunday, right? I often take the whole day off, turn the internet off, and just kind of go for a walk and think about things. It is noble leisure, but I thought actually doing podcasts and sharing my thoughts about things and expressing myself in different ways, maybe making music, that is noble leisure. So I'm bringing this up because when we ask the question, what do we really want in life? It's worth having noble leisure somewhere in there. To make time to just ponder on the nature of existence. Not trying to achieve anything necessarily. Not trying to write a best-selling book or, manifest loads of money and all this stuff. Like that can be done in your work period, but there needs to be something beyond achievement, which is personal awareness, higher states of consciousness, learning for its own sake, looking at nature, gardening, looking at things grow, listening to really beautiful music that touches your heart so much that you feel like you want to cry. This taking the time to actually smell the roses, smell the coffee, like really do it. I have a rose garden and it's not in bloom right now because it's the winter, but it's going to come back pretty soon. And I actually go out there and I smell the roses, right? Because it's not just an expression. It's good to actually smell the roses and actually smell the coffee and actually be here, put your feet on the earth. One thing I've been enjoying in this winter season in Sedona is that it's barely got cold. There's probably been 6 or 8 days where it's been properly cold, but I haven't even had the heating on. That's how warm it is, right? I've had the windows open during the day most of the time. And what that means is that I can go outside and sit in the sun without getting, burnt by the sun, because in the summer in Arizona it's really intense. You can barely stand the sun. But I've been sitting there just enjoying the sun, right? It's been absolutely beautiful just to sit in the sun and really experience it, because you've got this massive star, this powerful nuclear generator that's sending huge amounts of light and power, millions of miles. And we're sitting here absorbing it, and the whole planet is based on the sun. If the sun just disappeared today, we'd all be dead immediately, right? Everything would be destroyed. It would all go cold and dark, and that would be the end of life, right? That's an amazing thing, the sun. So just to actually sit there and be with the sun is a fascinating and beautiful thing. So think about this, tune into it. What is noble leisure for you? What would you love to do just for the sake of it? When I was in England, I used to go to art galleries. I mean, I suppose there are art galleries here in Sedona. They're just not quite... I suppose I'm dissing the place a little bit. I mean, it's not the same as the London art galleries, let's put it that way. The National Gallery is a bit different from the local gallery in a little desert town in Arizona. But still, there is art here. I'm going to retract my statement. There's nothing here. But do you see what I'm saying? There's all kinds of things that we can do. It doesn't have to be high culture like art and classical music concerts. But tune into, what is it? Learning, reading. It's useful to do something outside of your usual lane. So if you're usually doing one type of thing, it can be helpful just to get out of it and do something completely different that's interesting to you, because it opens you up to a new world. I often read books that are totally outside of my usual thing, just out of curiosity. You can learn a lot from things that are in a different discipline, and you can take some of that learning and apply it to whatever you're doing. For example, I was reading a book recently, which I highly recommend, called The Midnight Library. I might have mentioned this before. The Midnight Library. And it's about parallel lives. What would happen if you'd made different decisions? Let's say instead of getting into a relationship, you didn't get into one. Let's say instead of not getting into a relationship, you did get into it, right? Can you imagine how different your life would be? If someone said, I really like you, and you were like, you went along with it, or if you didn't, do you know what I mean? Depending on what you do. If you moved to one place rather than another place, if you got the help you need to overcome an addiction properly and really got over it, what would happen? If you started doing a new thing every day, like maybe you started making music or playing the piano or drawing every day or dancing every day. Like, just think about all the different things in your life. If you made this decision or that decision, or you went this direction or that direction, over time, what would have been different? We're living our life right now based on all the previous choices we've made. And a lot of the time, in retrospect, we realize that some of the stuff that was very disturbing and seemed like a bad thing turned out to be a huge blessing, actually. But the Midnight Library basically is about this woman, Nora Seed, who gets to take these books off the shelf and go into different lives based on the regrets that she's had. It's a fascinating book. I'm not going to give away the whole thing, but you can get a sense of it. So reading books like that can just give you some perspective on your entire life. And also, what I learned from the book, this is a side effect of reading stuff like that, is the power of words to paint pictures. If you say something one way, it can just fall flat. If you say it in a different way, it can produce beautiful bright lights and infinite shining energy and tingles through your body, right? But even how we speak to ourselves, the words we use. Everything is energy. And so, what are the words you're speaking, and how are you saying them, and what are you thinking about? Because this has an effect on our entire being. So, something to think about. What do you really want? Why do you want it? Is it coming from within you? Is it just some recent idea? Many things in our life, they've been there for a long time. Like being of service is something that we all want in some form. The reason that I run Awakened Academy, spiritual life coach trainings, because many people have so much to share, so much to give, and they're just not quite sure how to do it. Right? Because we all have a desire to be of service, and the greatest service we can help others with is to wake up, really, if you think about it. Yeah, we can help people with practical things, and it is service. Like if someone has, a broken fridge, there can be someone that comes out and fixes their fridge, and it is service, right? It needs to be done. But helping someone actually change themselves and feel better and shift their consciousness and upgrade their life and figure out what they want, that is the highest level service we can do. To have someone experience a radical transformation and really go deep. That's the most profound, because can you imagine if everyone on this planet, if all the people on the planet were healed, and everyone here was living their highest purpose and coming from their heart, all the problems would go away. All the problems. They're all created by negative energies. Even issues with nature would change, because if we don't take advantage of nature, nature doesn't fight back against us. So that's why doing the inner work on ourselves is the highest level thing. And then if we can help others awaken, that's such profound service. So really tune into, what do you want to experience in your life? What do you want to feel? What does noble leisure look like? Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. So much love and blessings, and I plan on doing more of these podcasts because I enjoy doing them, and I hope you enjoy listening to them. If you haven't already, I'd love to hear from you. If you want to leave a review and just say hello, and anyone else would benefit from this podcast, feel free to share it. I will do more sessions. I have just been very busy, and I'll share more in another session what I've been up to, so you can find out about some of those things. Have a beautiful day, sending you so much love, blessings, and talk to you soon.